Hello YouTube, and welcome to my playlist on how to make an EDM track from start to finish. In this part 1, we're going to be learning how to structure an a cappella, and more importantly and mostly we're going to be learning how to EQ it to bring out all the nuances, how to set the resonance with reverb, how to add width with utility, and how to add the appropriate amount of saturation and overdrive, as well as a little bit of speech enhancer, multiband compressor. All these effects come with Ableton Live 10. Okay, let's get started. First of all, you're going to want an a cappella to go. Whatever you like. We're going to be making EDM, so I've chosen this singing a cappella from Ryan Conline that I got on Splice called Let It Go. And this is what it sounds like.
I finally feel like myself after all these years. All this anger inside, driven by all my fears.
That's just normal dry. That's a dry a cappella. Basically, we don't know the difference between dry and wet. Dry is unprocessed, which means there's no effects on it whatsoever. It's just as it comes. Wet, if it said wet, there might be reverb on there, width, EQing, and all the other trickery they put on a cappellas these days. But we want a dry one because we're going to be doing all the effects ourselves. First thing you're going to want to do is come over here to audio effects. Click on that where my mouse is. Click on audio effects. Then come down to EQ8. Left click and drag it out onto a cappella. When the EQ is properly set, it will bring out all the nuances in the vocals. It's really ideal. You can set this to any vocal. It's always done the same way, the way I teach. It will work with any vocal. It's singing, rap, talking, movie dialogue, any sound bites you have, any dialogue, singing or rapping whatsoever. Always do it this way and it'll be the best EQing for your a cappella. First of all, you're going to click on frequency band 1. Click on the dialog box down here, the tool menu for number 1. You got this band 1 here. This checkbox turns band 1 on and off, and this is the toolbox corresponding to band 1. So we click on that, and the one you're going to want to set is this one, the top one, which is roll off all the high-end brick wall. So click that, and you can see this frequency up here. It says 30 Hertz. You're going to want to hold down Shift so it moves slower up the input scale, and we're going to want to set that to 175, or what you can do is click on the numbers and just type in 175 and press return and it will set it for you. That's probably an easy way of doing it. Click on band 2, put that up to 500 Hertz, there or thereabouts. We'll have it on 500. Click on the numbers and type in 500. Then where it says gain on the 5, you got on 500 Hertz, you should have now. Drop the gain to about -2 decibels, and that should be golden. Then put the Q. If you don't know what Q does, it pinpoints its at frequency the more you turn it up. So where it says 500 Hertz, if we was to turn it up to maximum 18, that is now pinpointed that band to 500 Hertz. The less you have, the looser it's pinpointed to that frequency. So we don't want it quite a maximum. We probably want this on 12. Then leave band 3 alone on 1 kilohertz. That's 1000 Hertz because there's 1000 Hertz in a kilohertz. Drop that down to about -60 or -50 will do. -0.55 decibels, and put the Q on about 7. We'll have 7.00, just like that. And then for number 4, click on the drop down toolbox for number 4 down here, and click on this preset here. It's this one here where my mouse icon is. Click on that one. Then drag number 4 on the frequency, or type in 3.25. That's 3250 Hertz. That's the best. Oh, it's not actually setting that now, it's just been a bit of an idiot. So we'll set it by the dial. 3.25 kilohertz. That's the best frequency for presence. Turn it up to about 250 and put the Q all the way up to say 15. We want it almost pinpointed at that frequency, but we want a bit of overlap into the other bands either side of it to about there 3 kHz to 4 kHz. That's what that range will take in on 15, something like that. Then click on the box down here, number 5, to add an extra EQ band. That'll be number 5. It places it in about here, look. Move that up to 7 kHz, thereabouts. We'll have it on 750 is probably better. 751. Then turn the gain up to about 155. I'll put the Q on about 12, say 12.5. Then click another extra EQ band. The last one to do now. Put on turn number 6 on, and click this drop down toolbox corresponding to number 6. Click that one and click the bottom preset here. This is roll off all the low end brick wall, so it chops it all off. And you want to turn the frequency up to 18 kHz, which means anything beyond 18 kHz will not happen. We've chopped everything off after 18 kHz. I'll put the Q on 95, and scale over here we want on 105, and turn the gain just down a little bit of reduction to get rid of any little bit of hiss you may have, the subtle hiss, on about 0.51, and it's adapt Q, turn it off. It's your preference whether you want it on or off. I always find it sounds a little bit better with it off. Now we'll turn it off and we'll quickly play that back. You won't hear much of a dramatic difference yet, but it does help. It will help out in the long run. This is before.
I finally feel like myself after all these years.
And this is after.
All this anger inside.
You see that's much cleaner.
All my family and friends.
The next thing you're going to do is go back to your audio effects. Come down to reverb. Left click and drag that off onto your effects channel. If you don't know how to get to your effects channel, it's down here with my mouse icon. You click on that, and if you click on here, that's how you get to the sample window. If it looks like that and you can't find your effects dialog, make sure your channel's highlighted by clicking on the channel, and click down on the effects for that channel down here, and it'll bring it up in this panel at the bottom here. For some reason that's been automated, we'll just delete that. Right, your reverb helps really bring out the resonance to the vocals, whereas the EQ will bring out all the nuances, all the subtle differences in whether it's breathing, unique vocal pitches that will really elevate that with the EQ. This reverb will bring out all the resonance and add like a spacey metallic echo, which done right will sound really nice and add to your vocals. If done wrong, if it's overpowered, it will sound absolutely hideous and make the track muddy and more diluted, and won't be as good. What we want to do is turn off high cut by left click on it, turn off spin, put quality from eco to high, turn off chorus, put the pre-delay on 1.75, leave shape alone, turn stereo all the way up to 120, put size on about 115, put decay time all the way up to 295, put density, take it down to 50, put scale up to 50, put diffuse on 3.5, and put reflect on say 1. Then turn the dry wet. All you've got to do from now on, when you want to set the reverb, if you want more reverb, you add more dry wet. If you want to take less than the reverb, just turn down the dry wet. Set like this, you probably want it on somewhere between 10 and 15. We'll set it on 12 to begin with. We'll turn off the EQ so you can just hear the reverb by itself. This is without the reverb first. That's what it sounds like completely dry with no EQ and no reverb.
I finally feel like myself after
this is what it sounds like with some reverb.
All this anger inside.
I can see that's a subtle, nice bit of reverb there.
All my family and friends, I try to keep away the ones that love you.
Got more reverb? Okay, up the dry wet. That's way too much. With these settings I'm teaching you here for your reverb, you want to put it between 10 and 15, and that's what it should be sounding. That's minimum 10. That's very subtle. 12 is always a good one. 12, 13 works best. We'll have it on 13. We'll put the EQ on now. Already you can see our acapella begins to take shape. Because vocals, how they're recorded on the microphone, always sound a bit thin, we're going to want to add some width to it now. So scroll down, go to audio effects again, scroll all the way down to the bottom to get to utility, drag that out onto your effects rack, your effects panel at the bottom next to reverb. Ableton reads your effects on your effects channel from left to right, so it's going to process the EQ first, then do the reverb, then do the utility. The only one we have to take notice of here is the width here where my mouse icon is. You want to turn that to about 165, anywhere between 150 to 180, depending on the vocal. We'll try 165, that's where it usually works best. So now we play it back.
I finally feel like myself.
Very subtle bit of differences there. We'll turn width all the way up so you can hear it different. That's on maximum 400. Doesn't sound too bad there. I think that'll be overpowered. You want to turn up until you hear a little bit of decibel increase and hear a bit of the vocals open up. It's opening up about here, look. That's a bit overpowered. About 250 is where it's working best. That's a bit too overpowered still. About 230. Then the next bit is really quite easy. What you got to do, come down to saturated down here in your audio effects. Click on the drop down arrow so you can see the bunch of presets. You want the first one a bit warmer. Drag that off and put it after the reverb for the utility. The volume is drive. Turn that down or up according to the volume of your acapella. We want to turn ours down. Out there. Leave on Synoid Fall. Leave soft clip off. And leave the rest of it. You can turn on colour. And you can play these options down here like add more width. Put it up to 50 say. In depth. Up to 150. And frequency, you want a 3.25. A good presence level. Like we talked about before. And bass maybe on about 3 or 250. That's if you're going to want to use the colour. It's very subtle but it does help sometimes. You don't want to put soft clip on, that's only really for melodies. When you're using saturated melody. The next thing you want to do, the last thing to do now, is come down to overdrive wherever it is. Just still trying to find it. I've even got it. Here it is. Overdrive. Click on the arrow to get the presets up. You want enhance. Put it after a bit warm, but before the utility. Turn the kilohertz to match that EQ down to 18 kilohertz. Leave drive on 50%. Leave tone on 50%. You can leave this number on 3.02 or just turn it down to a nice round 3, which I prefer. Turn the dry wet up to 10. And put the dynamics on about 7.5. Now if we click on this one and press Ctrl and A, that'll select all of our effects. Now what we can do, you can have a right click and go to group, or press Ctrl and G, we'll right click and go to group. Now it's grouped them all, so this here turns on and off the EQ. I'll turn it off, that'll turn the reverb off, that'll turn the bit warmer saturator off, that'll turn the overdrive enhance off, and that'll turn the utility off. But now what we've done, since we've grouped them all, instead of having to turn them all off and on individually, what we can do now is just click on this one, that'll turn the whole rack on and off. And down here, if you want, you can click on the save button, and now you can give it a name. So we can call this vocal EQ plate, and then they can be found, any effect can be found under audio effects, then under audio effect rack at the bottom here of the list. I've got one called melody EQ chain, which this is one I've set up for myself from all my melodies on the grouping. And now we've got vocal EQ plate, so you can always drag that off when you got it set up. You can always drag that off onto your vocals, so you don't have to do all this again. If you've got an effects chain for mastering, that would be found under, same again, audio effect, then mixing and mastering, it'd be at the bottom here, but I haven't got one. But anything, if it's not mastering, EQ. If you haven't saved the chain, that's mastering on the EQ channel. Everything else can be found under audio effects, and then at the bottom of this list under audio effects, see vocal EQ play. Now what we'll do, we'll turn the rack off, we'll play it, and then we'll turn our rack on so we can hear the difference.
I finally feel like myself.
This is before.
After all these years,
this is after.
That's a
bit too much reverb. So all we have to do now is turn the dry wet back 12. That's a little bit too much. We'll turn down to what I recommend the minimum to be, about 10. But it's still a bit too much. Feel free to turn it down a bit more than that. But if it's not quite enough, feel free to turn the dry wet up a bit. What you can do, if you don't want to alter the dry wet, you can change the decay time. That'll have the same effect. If you turn that down, it'll lessen the effect of the reverb. As you can see now, turn that right down so the reverb's got less. Listen. If you turn that up to say 5 or 10, that's dramatic. But I recommend keeping it on about 295 to between 295 to 3, and just playing with the dry wet to get the right amount of reverb. That's after. This is before. This is before, and this is after. Can I be free from these boundaries? And will I let love come around me? Well, that's it for today's video YouTube. If you've liked the video at all, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment and I'll get back to any queries you might have about the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I can always do with the support. Until next time YouTube, take care of yourself. This is Music Tech Point, signing out.